Complain. Okay, so I
Hello,
started the
everyone.
recording. Hello, everybody. We're back again. Sorry,
Yes, I'm
sorry.
known with the blinking lights here.
Yeah, it's like a Christmas tree.
Exactly. It's a disco happening, and you weren't invited.
Well, we missed the midweek. We missed last weekend's games, right? Or we missed the midweek games.
We
That's my
missed the
fault.
midweek games. I have a very quick, we won't go back on them, but obviously the big match, the couple of big matches, Liverpool, Arsenal versus City. As an
Yes,
Arsenal fan, do you think that the title is slipping away, or
I
would you
do
say
think, yeah.
there'll be chance?
I do think it's gone now. I think that it was lost in the games against Southampton, West Ham, little bit more on Liverpool, maybe at Liverpool as well too, when they conceded 2 goals there. I think they're broken. I think that they should be looking over their shoulder at Newcastle nearly at this stage. But they're lucky. We'll see. There's a game coming up now where they might have a chance maybe of getting something. So maybe we'll discuss it maybe as we go through each game individually. Maybe it would be.
Yeah, I think so. I think we'll go through the games coming up, and we
Yeah.
can have a quick word about how they did last week.
Yeah, exactly. The opening game tomorrow is Palace against West Ham. Palace, who lost to Wolves, I think. Yeah, they lost to Wolves. They've drawn with Everton in the last 2 games. That bounce from Hodgson seems to have evaporated.
Yeah, what I would say is like Palace always do this, don't they? They get the couple of weeks to pull themselves out of the danger zone, and then they switch off again.
Yeah, and they're playing kind of a West Ham team who are kind of having a mini revival, although they did lose to Liverpool midweek.
Yeah, a contentious penalty decision at the end. Moyes wasn't happy about.
Yes, yes. What do you think? Was it a penalty?
I would have to say that that's why VAR is
Yeah.
there. They're not in Anfield. It should be independent.
Mm.
I didn't watch this the way they did. Like
Yeah.
the replays, I didn't see it enough, so I can't
Yeah.
comment.
Yeah.
VAR should not be biased towards the stadium or the atmosphere. That can happen to referees.
Yeah. But West Ham, they do seem to be kind of getting back into the more attacking sense. Declan Rice is finding a bit of form. That guy Paqueta has scored in the last 2 games.
Yep. No, they definitely West Ham are one of the teams that got that little bit of breathing space now.
Yeah, and
what do you think? It's in Crystal Palace's home ground.
That's it. I think I'm going to go for a West Ham win just because I think they'll feel a bit maybe angry about maybe our what's the word I'm looking for? They'll feel a little bit what?
They feel a bit, I suppose, that they were robbed, really.
Yes, there are something like a bit of injustice. They had a bit of injustice. Yeah, so I think that there'll be kind of
complex going on.
They'll have that kind of. Moyes will use that to fire them up, and I think Palace are thinking about their holidays already. That kind of feeling. I feel that.
Yeah, Hodgson, as you said, sorry, I put the hand up. Yes,
no problem.
As you said, Hodgson kind of encouraged them to take shots, take shots, take shots.
Yeah,
and I think at home that they'll continue to do that, and that's why I'm going to go against you, and I'm going to say Palace will get the victory here.
Okay, all right. Okay, we'll see how it goes. I think they've only won 1 out of 9 home games, so the Sellers Park is not the place that it used to be. You know, they've drawn 5, lost 3, but yeah, it's a lot of these games now are very hard to predict this season. You know, it's if you're betting, you kind of stay away from them. But based on you think Palace, right? I will going to get the win on this one.
I did. I backed Palace to win this.
Okay. Then Brentford, who had a good win against Chelsea.
Yeah, well, I mean, Chelsea, we'll get to them. But yes, but take nothing away from Brentford's. One of the stories of the season is Brentford's and Thomas Frank. At home against Nottingham Forest, straight away, I'm going to say it's going to be obviously a Brentford victory.
Yeah.
This is one you could go to the bookies with because Nottingham Forest, with a great win that they had, they only can win at home. They can't win away. So Brentford's here, 2-3 goal winners.
Yeah, I agree. They've only failed to score. Brentford have only failed to score in 2 out of their 18 home games. But Forest, like you said, have the worst away record in the Premier League. They're going to survive based on their home performance. Yeah, I think I can only see again a home win here as well. Brentford. Tony as well has scored in his last 2 games against Forest, so he'll be kind of looking forward to this one. So I agree. I think maybe 2-0 or maybe 2-1 to Brentford.
Okay, there we go. So we've got the third game, the last game on the Saturday is Brighton are at home to Wolves.
Yes.
What's your thinking there? Brighton smarting after the FA Cup?
They seem to be. They were badly beaten 3-1 at City Ground by Forest. So they seem to be kind of having a reaction to been losing to Man United to penalties, which I guess is obvious. You know, well, it can happen. You know, they put invested so much into it. But there's still a lot for them to play for the rest of the season. You know, they still can get a good position.
Absolutely. Europe is well within their grasp.
Yeah.
They have the games in hand now. And they're
And
playing a Wolves team that are probably not mathematically, but really are kind of safe at this stage. There's enough of a gap, you'd imagine.
Yes. They like I said, they beat Palace 2-0 in their last game, Wolves. Yeah. And but they have no clean sheet in 13 away games, so we expect Brighton to score. But Wolves, the problem is that they can't score goals. And they're also doing better at home. They have no win. They have no win away in 5, so they're kind of relying on their home performance again, very much. So
absolutely.
And Brighton are not going to become a bad team overnight. They just probably had a bit of a wobble.
I think that's it. A hangover.
Are we expecting them to win
so
on this one?
I would say normal service to resume.
Yeah, I agree. I think maybe it could be a lower scoring game, maybe 1-0. But I expect Brighton to win.
Yeah, same here. Okay. I'd agree on that.
All right.
Hey,
then we have
we got Bournemouth at home against Leeds United.
Yes.
A great victory.
Mm-hmm.
In their battle of the relegation battle with Southampton, away to Southampton.
That's right.
It was a massive 3 points for Bournemouth. Yeah. Are they safe? They're not quite as comfortable as Wolves, but they're nearly out of the woods.
Yeah, they're like, are they 7 points clear now and 14th in the table all of a sudden?
Exactly. It does feel like they've well done to O'Neill.
Yeah. They're capable. They seem to be in a good place. There's other teams who are in worse places than them. Think of like Leeds, Southampton, Everton. The 3 come to mind at the moment. Chelsea, yeah. If there was longer season, would be in trouble.
Yeah, absolutely. Leeds are one of those that are in trouble.
Yes, definitely. They can score goals. But they also are conceding a lot. That's their problem at the back.
Yeah.
And after Forest, they have the 2nd worst away record in the Premier League.
That's
1 clean sheet in 18. But both teams have scored in the last 8 games, so we can expect goals here in this one. But maybe. Would you think would Bournemouth maybe settle for a draw at this stage against like an opponent?
That's what I'm thinking. And that they've gotten their really hard victories when they needed them. They've ground them out. I think they take a draw.
Yeah.
And I think Leeds away from home would probably be okay with a draw too. So I'm going to have to be on the fence on this one.
Yeah, I can see where you're coming from.
Win or draw.
Yeah, considering how bad Leeds away performances have been. A draw would be a point. Yeah, so both teams would be afraid. So I think Bournemouth more likely to win, but maybe a draw is. I would back for a draw for this one as well.
Yeah. Okay. So, what do you think? Next one.
Fulham against Man City, right?
These are the games that can surprise.
Yes.
So I'm going to just go first and say. Fulham have recovered very well after, obviously, again, the FA Cup and with the sending up. They had real big slump, but they've gotten their mojo back to a certain extent.
Yes.
Is it enough to beat a team that are peaking at exactly the perfect time on all fronts? That's the golden question. It's nearly hard to knock back Man City, but for the heck of it, I'm going to say Fulham in London. I'll go for a surprise here.
Okay.
I'm going to say shock them 2-1.
Okay, I hope you're right. I'd be very happy if that's the case. But I can't see City losing because they don't play Madrid until, I think, the 9th of May, just a whole full week.
It's the following week, yeah.
Yeah. And they know as well that if they win this game, because Arsenal don't play until Tuesday or Monday or Tuesday or something, Monday maybe.
Yeah.
They know if they win this, they will go top of the table. And psychologically, that'll put the pressure on Arsenal then again. So I don't see City slipping up on this one. Maybe later on, in between the Madrid games, we might see something, but I don't see it here. Haaland is going.
Okay.
He needs one more goal to equal Cole and Shearer's record of 34 Premier League goals. And I think one more as well to draw level with Clive Allen's 49 goals in a season.
Yeah, so, I think he's going to. There'll be a few records going to be before the end of the season be broken by that man.
And De Bruyne is just hitting form at the right time as well, too. You know,
that's the problem. Yeah.
Yeah, they looked awesome.
Yeah, I don't know. Look, there we go. I said it. Fulham at home.
Well, you never know. I hope you're right.
Too much money on it, guys.
Yeah, but so I'm expecting City to win 3-0, but we'll see, right? Hope for the best.
Yeah.
Okay. Then next game.
Really interesting then, yeah. What do you think?
What's that?
Yeah, we got Manchester United.
Yeah, against Villa.
Against the form team in the league.
Yeah.
Where do you see this?
Man United obviously were they're missing Varane and what's his name? Martinez, right? Martinez in the defense. They've got they had to bring in Shaw, right? And what's the other guy's name? Lindelof, yeah, and they're not with De Gea is a little bit unsure as well too. So that kind of triangle there is definitely a weak spot. And Villa are rampant at the moment, and they'll be looking forward to going to Old Trafford. They'll have no fears, I think, going there. They'll smell blood, and I mean Emery as well has got a very good away record. They've only lost 1 of their 9 away games under Emery. They have a clean sheet in 9 out of his 20 games. They're unbeaten in the last 10. What's the guy up front? And my memory is gone. And all this sunshine Wilson. I'm getting here.
Is it Wilson?
No, the striker, Villa striker, scoring all the goals.
Not Callum Wilson.
No, he's Newcastle.
Right, there we go.
We'll edit that later on. Ollie Watkins.
Yeah, that's him. Ollie
Watkins. So I think that United are strong at home though. They're unbeaten and 14 at home. And Rashford.
That's why it's an interesting one to try and make a call on it.
Yeah, I'm going to go for Villa to win on this one, just because of United's weak defense.
And just like you were saying, I hope you're right. I'll be saying it too. I hope you're right.
Yeah. I mean, you think Rashford has scored 19, or he's got 19 home goals at Old Trafford. I mean, you wonder where they'd be without those goals because they've no one else really who's been prolific for them.
No,
so
I think Bruno Fernandes could be injured as well. So that's another loss in their attacking.
Yeah,
the inventiveness of creating chances.
Yeah. So who do you think? What's your call?
I'm going to go for a draw here. I'd like to see Villa win, but as you say, the home record is impressive with Man United. And so, I'm going to go for a scoring draw. I think it'll be an entertaining game. I think Villa will be the better team and will have more possession and more chances.
Okay. But, all right. Okay.
Old Trafford.
Talking about form teams, we have one here with Newcastle against the bottom team, Southampton.
Yeah, Southampton. I presume you're not talking about Southampton when you say the form team.
No.
Okay. Right. Well, there we go. Look, Southampton look like a team. They are a team that are to their fate. You
Yeah,
see, the fans, they know they're gone.
I
When they
think
lost
so.
at home to Bournemouth, that's it. You know, you're losing at home to your relegation rivals, away to the guys who are going to be Champions League players next year.
Yeah,
There's only one result, and that's a resounding, 2-0, 3-0.
yeah,
They won't humiliate them, but it'll be a comfortable day for Newcastle.
yeah. I think the score will be whatever they want. It's depending on what mood
Yeah.
they're in. I mean, I watched the highlights of they beat Everton there last night 4-1. And they were really good because Everton hit them on everything in the first half. And they withstood it. And they on the break, they scored. And then they got some really beautiful goals in that game as well. Isaac did an amazing run to set up Murphy for the last one. But they looked really, really strong. And it's kind of surprising because look at that team sheet. They're not really superstars. You know, they're players who were only average a few years ago are suddenly performing really well.
Yeah, I think he obviously deserves a lot of credit. Does the manager there?
Yeah.
They obviously will have a new challenge next season when they're playing in Europe. That their squad, as you say, there's not too many household names there.
Mm-hmm.
How will they manage on two fronts? Will they struggle like West Ham?
I reckon we could see a lot because if they qualify for the Champions League, I could see them being the busiest team in the summer.
Will be, but it's cold up in Newcastle in the wintertime.
Yes. Yeah, we'll see. And I guess there's a limit. Well, I don't know. Is there a limit to how much they can spend? It doesn't seem teams' fair play thing seems to be just a joke.
I mean, we don't know how these financial fair play things really work, but there should be some. There is some.
Yeah, but I think that just want to go back. You compare Arsenal, who went there. Arsenal were lost to themselves with their own fear. Newcastle don't have that at the moment. You know, they're playing with freedom and confidence. So yeah. Okay, you were saying the next game is a big one, right? It's an interesting game.
Sunday is Liverpool versus Spurs. So this is a battle for Conference League, Europa League playoff rounds. And okay, I said I'd never back them to win again. I hate to go back on my word, but
you're going to back them twice, 2 weeks in a row.
Well, they have 2 or 3 wins on the bounce. You know, and winning is a good habit. Jota coming back in has made a big difference for scoring.
Definitely.
Alexander-Arnold is playing a more forward position, so it doesn't. The focus isn't on his defensive things, and they're looking at how many assists he's making.
Yeah.
He has been making quite a lot of assists in the last few games, playing in a more forward position.
I think it suits him. It suits him much more.
So with that, okay, Spurs did come back and drew 2-2, but they shouldn't need to be angry and find their performance against Newcastle cannot be forgotten.
No.
So therefore, with that in mind, I have to go for a Liverpool victory here.
Yeah, I think it'll be lots of goals in this game because you've got 2 very poor defenses.
Yeah.
Liverpool are doing well, I think, because their attacking game is really effective. Salah is back on form. He scored in his last 6 home games. As you said, Jota is back on scoring. They've got Diaz back playing.
Yeah.
He came on midweek. He's there as well now. So lots of good things going forward, but still problems in the back, which you think that Harry Kane, son, quality that he has, he's going to score a goal. So I see a lot of goals in this one. But I just think that Spurs defense with Eric Dyer, who is aptly named, I think is worse than the Liverpool defense. So I can see Liverpool outscoring Tottenham maybe here 3-2 on this one. But I think it'll be a really exciting game for the neutral.
Okay, an enjoyable game. One that's, I suppose, both teams would have been hoping to be challenging for more than Europa League.
Yes.
But there we go.
That's
you get what you deserve in over the season.
Oh, definitely.
Talking about getting what they deserve, we've got two big name teams on Monday night, and this is a massive one for the bottom part of the table. Leicester against Everton.
Yes.
Whew.
Yeah. I'm going to go with Leicester on this one just because they seem to have kind of like the new manager coming in. It seems to have galvanized them, and they beat Wolves. They drew with Leeds, so they're sort of like they're getting points. While Everton have lost, like they've no win in 12 away, and they're goalless and they've only won 2 out of 33 away games. So, Dyche came in and we thought they'd have defensive stability, but he doesn't seem to kind of be able to find that balance.
Yeah, he's just, I suppose he can't turn, what do you call it, a pig's ear into a silk purse or something like that.
Yes, yeah. But it's a shame because you look at that squad and the players that they have, and there's some players who've really performed well in the past. Their defense looks solid.
You talk about the Newcastle squad and not really jumps out at you. So many average players, you would say, and you look at the Everton and you say, oh, well, there's Tarkowski and there's the French defensive midfielder they signed. And you got quite some good names there. The English #1 goalkeeper. But they are where they are. You see, the table doesn't lie. And I would be with you. I think that Leicester have shown more attacking nous than I've seen from Everton. And with the home, Vardy has come back. He's coming back from obviously injury, and he's got a few goals again.
Yeah, he's got one. He scored one.
Well. So I think that there's more potential for Leicester to score than Everton to score.
Leicester's weakness is their defense again, but Everton just haven't been able to score a lot recently. Calvert-Lewin is back. I think it'll be important for them because Dyche likes the long ball in, Dwight McNeil crossing them in from the wing. It'll be an interesting one. It could well be a draw, but I'm leaning towards Leicester.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'm Leicester as well.
Yeah.
So, I suppose our last game we look at for this video is the Tuesday's game, and that's Arsenal-Chelsea, the London derby.
Yeah. I think it's Arsenal. I think the word "but." I mean, let's look at it from an outside point of view. It's a very young team, one of the youngest teams in the Premier League, and I think that over the season now, even if they get second or third, because I think Arsenal are going to get through a bad phase at the moment, and I don't see it. I could see actually this game being a draw, Chelsea getting a draw at Arsenal. Because I think the pressure is just too much for them. I mean, they went at home against Southampton. They let Southampton go ahead, and they were running after them, trying to get back to 3-3. That should never happen. And if Arsenal can't beat Southampton at home, then I think there's a good chance Chelsea can get a draw here as well too. And that's the way I think
I think any Arsenal fan, if you told them where they'd be at the start of the season, would say, "Wow, brilliant!" And it's been a great season.
Nobody expected Arsenal to be in the top 4. I in my predictions, I did say we'd finish second at the start of the year,
and I think mine as well. I had them up.
No, you hadn't. I don't think you had.
I did because you had already, when you signed Jesus, and that I said Jesus was a master stroke.
Yeah,
and I had them in the top 4.
Oh, top 4. Okay, maybe top 4. Yeah, we'll see.
I didn't have. Oh no, I had City first and Liverpool second, and I think it was Arsenal third.
Yeah. So I mean, if they get into the Champions League with the team they have, it's going to be a successful year. Of course, it's disappointing the way it's going now. I don't see them challenging City. I think that they'll be more worried about Newcastle, more worried about than City at the moment, the way things are going.
Yeah.
So what do you think? How do you see this game going? Because Chelsea, I mean, let's talk about Chelsea. Chelsea are terrible.
Frank Lampard is looking at Frank de Boer's record as being the worst manager.
Yeah.
5 games, 5 defeats, is it?
I feel sorry for them though, because he should never have been asked to take up that position in the first place. I mean, if you're Frank Lampard and then suddenly they come and ask you, will you come back and be manager of Chelsea again? He can't say no.
Frank Lampard now, unfortunately, because of that, he may as well try his hand at punditry, because I
Yes,
can't see him getting a job even with a championship team or a first division team.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, it's really showing up.
Yeah. And that's just the way it is. I mean, it's very, just because you're a good player doesn't mean you're going to become a good coach. And you know, I feel, you know,
Gerrard showed it as well. Emery has shown what he could do. A good could do with Aston Villa, which really undermined Gerrard's credentials as a manager.
Sure. Exactly. Yeah. Well, I mean, you got to try, right? And there was this fashion of bringing in these young new coaches in, unproven. You know, it was like a trend.
Exactly.
So
yeah, and it'll work for some, but most no.
Yeah. So who's going to win the Arsenal-Chelsea game?
That's it. That's the Chelsea. I'm going to say Arsenal to win this, because I think the morale is so low in Chelsea. They can't buy a goal. So I think that, you know, I know Arsenal are going through a bit of a downward spot, but remember when they see Fulham beating Man City, that'll give them the lift.
There we go. Let's hope you're right. Okay.
And then they'll out there and they'll put some manners on Chelsea.
So there's games all week next week, right? Because you got the Arsenal game is on Monday night. Is the Arsenal game on Monday night or Tuesday night?
Wednesday, and Thursday night. There's a few games.
Yeah.
Just Liverpool are home to Fulham on Wednesday, and Man City are at home to West Ham. Two games on Wednesday. You'd imagine 2 home victories there. I think City at home to West Ham. Brighton then on Thursday are at home to Man United. So I'd go for Brighton to get revenge for the FA Cup and that. That's all. So there we go. 3 home victories on those.
Okay. So the Arsenal game is on Tuesday, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. So is there a full set of games midweek?
No, it's only 3 games
just those
to catch
2.
up on in hand. Just games. That's why I said I throw in the big prediction.
All right.
And then we'll be back in a full game week on Saturday, the 6th of May.
Okay. So next Thursday or Friday, you'll be on Green Shores, will you?
I will. I'll be hailing from Dublin, probably. I think I could be in Dublin for a couple of days before I get down to the south.
All right. Well, look, we'll just play it by ear to see how you're fixed, where you'll be.
Yeah, I love Wi-Fi, so just keep in account that I'll be 6 hours. I'll be 6 hours behind you. So
that's right.
But this is, like this time you do. Be 11 o'clock in the morning.
We can manage it. We better let our followers go so we can chat away ourselves then afterwards. I'll stop recording. All right. All the best, everyone. Guys. Take care.
Good luck.
Remember to like and subscribe.
Yes, absolutely.